Welcome back to Built Local, where we shine a spotlight on the people, organizations, businesses making differences in our community. Tonight, we're excited to feature an organization that's changing lives one paw at a time, Angel Paws. Angel Paws is dedicated to rescuing, caring for, and finding loving forever homes for animals in need, while creating hope and second chances for countless four-legged friends. And speaking of four-legged friends, we have some very special furry guests today joining us in the studio tonight. Get ready for plenty of wag-tailing, heartwarming stories, and maybe even a few puppy kisses as we learn more about the incredible work Angel Paws is doing throughout our community. So sit back, relax, and join us for a special episode of Built Local featuring the amazing team from Angel Paws and some adorable guests who are sure to steal the show. Welcome, guys. Beth and Jen.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us, and we should introduce our friends. So we have all the way over here, we have Peaches, and then Cinnamon, and then Naya.
Yep, right there. See, she knows her name.
She knows her name. So, guys, welcome. Murr, you're starting, buddy.
What inspired you guys to start this?
So we fostered for a bigger rescue for about 5 years before we started this.
Okay.
And they were just too far away, and we decided to branch out on our own. And
Where are you located?
we live in Milford,
Okay.
but our rescue is 100% foster-based.
Oh, wow.
So all the dogs are in a foster home somewhere. We don't have a building with kennels that they're locked
okay.
in 23 hours a day.
Okay, good.
Well, guys, just curious. With Angel Paws, it is a foster-based, as you mentioned, rescue. How does that model work, and why is it so effective?
So it's very effective because the dogs get to go into a home with a family and maybe some
Sure.
other pets, so that their little idiosyncrasies can be figured out and any problems that they have worked through
Makes sense.
from their previous lives that they came from. So it makes them a better dog once they're adopted out.
Sure. Now, how old is Cinnamon, and how old is Peaches?
So Cinnamon is about 5.
Okay.
Peaches is, we figured, about 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
And then
And then
Naya,
Naya.
she's about 2 years
I
old.
think Murray found a friend. He might be taking Naya home tonight. Stephanie, is that okay with you?
We're just getting to know each other.
Oh, okay.
Don't mind us.
All right.
Hold on,
She's
let
a
me turn my
little,
back.
she's a little fresh.
Well, as you entertain Murray, Naya, I might just keep going with the questions here. What are some of the biggest challenges animal rescues are facing today? Funding? Is it?
It's funding and adoptions.
Yeah.
With the state of our economy,
Sure.
and vetting is so expensive that a lot of people just can't afford
Yeah.
to take on another animal.
Sure.
And funding is very hard to
I
find.
bet. I know a lot of the animal shelters are full, and and all the more reason why, obviously we met you directly through my office manager, Alicia.
Yes.
She got a dog from you guys.
Yep,
Absolutely
she did.
loves her dog. And I think it's so important to really realize that, it's a great cause, and why not, go directly, through something like this, than rather than going to PetSmart and spending all this money and God knows what you're getting and how you're getting it, and not to badmouth PetSmart, I'm sure it's a great place, but, these dogs are obviously wonderfully behaved dogs so far.
So far.
And what a great way to, to pet ownership, right?
Yes.
So,
And when you rescue, as opposed to buying from a pet store, you're not supporting backyard breeders who are just breeding money for
Yes.
profit.
Yeah.
And
You
they
know-
don't care about their health or their temperament.
Yeah,
All they
yeah.
care about is that check.
well, I'll tell 2 quick stories. So, I know exactly what you're talking about. My son lives in California, and him and his wife at the time found this cute little retriever, just a cute puppy or whatever. And I told Blake, where are you getting? Oh, this breeder, he's great and whatever. This dog, and I can't tell you what kind of disease it had, but it was gone in like 3 months. And, I'm not saying maybe, there, through rescues you're exempt from that, but I'm saying that to solidify your point, and the guy went ghost, and, and then, on my side, my wife and I love corgis. We have 2. And she's a corgi nut, from corgi sweaters to you name it. I mean, it's a little crazy about the corgis. But when we wanted to get our youngest dog, London, she's 3 now, Do you have any scams out there?
Oh,
They send you
they're
fake
rampant.
pictures, and I had to I had to take her out of the equation and say, honey, let me handle this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we finally found this Amish community, and they had, I mean, it was legit, of course, but I'm telling you, the experiences there's a lot of scammers out there.
There are.
And thank God for people like you that do it the right way, and obviously have some awesome dogs here, and
Yep.
so,
Can you describe the process on how this whole works? So,
So for adoption wise,
Yeah.
So we have people fill out an application. It's
Right.
pretty detailed. We ask for vetting information. If they rent their home, we ask for landlord information so we can make sure they can actually have a dog.
sure.
Once they return the application, we go through it. If we think it's acceptable, we then forward it on to whomever is fostering that dog.
Okay.
And then the foster gets to help decide who gets to adopt their dog because they're living in their home, so they know that dog better than we
Sure,
do.
sure.
And then we set up a meet and greet if everybody's in agreement. If there are resident dogs, they have to bring their resident dogs to the meet and greet. Not that that's a guarantee that everything is going to work out, but
Sure.
we know that at least upon initial meeting, they're not going to try to tear each
Covering all
other's heads
bases.
off.
Yes, makes
Yep.
sense.
If everything works out, they give us their adoption donation. They take the dog home. We are very much supportive even after adoption. I've even had people reach out to me 6 months later. There's an issue with the dog or whatever. We can help them work through that.
Sure.
So
You do what you can.
we do what we can. If there's ever a reason the people need to get rid of the dog for whatever reason, our contract does include that they have to come back to us.
That's nice.
So that we make sure that,
important.
yes,
Yes.
that we're taking care of what we've put out there.
Well, that's a lot of pride you take in that, and obviously you're true animal lovers.
Yes.
We are.
So, what's the biggest misconception about adopting, a rescue pet? What do you think?
I think the biggest misconception is people think that they're going to be the perfect dog when they walk in their home.
Oh,
And depending on the dog, we've had dogs in
Sure.
our foster care that you don't see their true personality for 6 months to a year,
Makes sense.
depending on what their traumas are from before they came to us. So we just tell people you have to give it time. Reach out to us. I have groomed dogs for over 37 years. Between Jen and I, we've trained probably 30 dogs with our trainer that we
Wow.
work very closely with. So there's very few problems that we can't help somebody
Yeah.
work out.
And if you've never had a dog, it's exciting, I'm sure, to the new first pet owner.
Yes.
There's some, it's almost like a child in a
It
sense, and
is,
I know, trust me, I mean,
and it's a commitment too.
it's a commitment.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
it's a
huge
financial
commitment.
commitment.
It
I
is a
mean,
financial commitment, yes.
So,
How do you get your fosters?
We beg and plead
Yeah.
on our page. We actually are begging and pleading right now for, there's a mama dog with 4 puppies in a shelter, and mama dog's just not doing very well. So we're trying to find a foster. You want to lay down?
And they're
You
all
can lay down.
volunteers.
Yep, everybody volunteers their
Nobody's getting
time.
paid, yeah.
Nobody gets paid.
Yeah.
We do provide everything they need: food, bowls,
Sure,
toys,
sure.
crate, vet care. But yeah, it's all volunteer.
And how do you get the animals?
We work actually very closely with a few shelters.
Okay.
We get a ton of dogs out of Flint from Genesee County Animal Care. And we also get a number of dogs from Romulus. And we have a few other partners and friends that find a dog.
sure, sure.
That know we're a rescue, reach out.
Yeah.
This little girl came from somebody who adopted from us, and one of her family members couldn't keep her, so they reached out. So owner surrenders, we do take those as well.
Buddy, be jealous, Mary, right now.
And Hero, yep, absolutely.
Mary's got a, what kind of dog is Buddy?
Blue Healer,
Blue Healer.
Blue Healer.
You are going to be inspected very thoroughly when you come
Oh,
home.
yes.
He is a rocket ship. This dog can
Oh, yeah.
catch anything
Yes.
you can imagine. But
Yes.
Yeah.
how can someone help if they aren't able to adopt? Like, what do you think someone could do to add value if they're unable to adopt?
So we love when people share our posts on social media to
You
get
don't
the
have
word
that problem
out.
now, trust me.
The more exposure we have, the more people.
Sure.
Before we were officially a rescue, we took a dog from a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
Ended up she needed $2,300 worth of surgery.
Oof.
And a friend that I only know through social media, her friend donated the entire $2,300. So you
Wow.
never know who might be moved to
Well, you know what's
donate.
interesting too in my world, and you guys don't know what I do, but I'm I own a local business. I'm an insurance broker.
Okay.
You wouldn't imagine the amount of pet insurance that people call about
Yeah.
and ask
Yes.
about. And,
Yes.
you know, because anymore it's like a doctor. I mean, the
It
dogs,
is.
but you know,
Right.
and it's expensive. But we get quite a few, inquiries on that. But it makes sense. It does because animals are like anything else. They become such family members, right?
Yes.
And we know the hard part of owning pets is when
When the end comes.
that day comes and.
Or when they get sick.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I've got one corgi. He's 13, and he's having a
Oh.
hard time get up our stairs.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
What would one piece of advice that you would give to leave with our listeners when they're thinking about adopting a pet?
So consider your lifestyle
Yeah.
and the existing animals that you have, and
Yeah.
pick the dog that's right for your lifestyle.
Makes sense.
We get a lot of people apply for dogs, and then when I say, I'm sorry, you're not the best fit, I get 14 paragraphs of how terrible of a person I am, and
Oh, geez.
and at the end of the day, we know these dogs,
Yeah.
or the foster knows that dog,
Sure.
Yeah.
and but pick a dog or a cat, whatever you're looking for. Pick something
Yeah.
that's going to fit your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Or if the rescue says you're not a fit, email back and say
Why
you
not?
have a dog that might be.
Yeah, right.
Because we've had a couple of times where we've set up meet and greets and the people get there and it's clearly just not a fit. And
Sure.
I have said, you know what, we have so and so in the house. And I bring them out, and then they end up adopting that dog. So,
Yeah.
be willing to work, and don't be
It
mean.
makes a lot of sense too with the lifestyle thing because I travel a lot. We travel a lot, and you got to have a sitter for your dog. And
sure.
the professional kennels are not cheap,
No.
and you don't know
Right.
what they're doing. And
While
you
they're
know,
there, exactly. And then to pay somebody to stay in your home, that's a whole nother
Yeah.
level of trust. And that's not cheap
Yeah.
either.
No,
So
no.
just be nice.
Yeah, and if you got like a young athletic dog, like a lab or
What, buddy?
Australian Shepherd, Blue Heeler or
Jack
something.
Russell Terrier.
Yeah, and then you're gonna leave them in the cage 8 hours a day. It's probably not a great idea.
Right. We actually just had somebody reach out. We do actually have a 1-year-old Jack Russell Terrier mix who is just a maniac nutcase. And
Aren't they all?
the
Aren't they
person
all?
that wanted to apply for him lives with her 86-year-old grandfather.
Oh yeah, no.
And that's
Not a good
no.
fit.
She's like, I want my dog. Go
She
ahead.
wanted him to be a companion for her grandfather, to
Get-
sit on the couch with him.
No, yeah.
That's
And
Exactly.
why-
That would
that's- This is the lab dog right here,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So
Well, it's good that you take the consultative approach, but at the same time, you know the dogs. You know if they're going to be a good fit or not, even before the potential owners go, "Oh, he's so cute, I want him," and you're like, "Well, wait, let's
Right.
talk about this." And
Yeah, right.
I think it's so important because you don't want to keep rehoming these dogs, right?
exactly. I don't.
So-
Once they go to their home, I don't want them back.
Yeah, exactly.
I want my job with them to be over so I can move on to another dog.
Sure, sure,
Because
no.
if we get return dogs, then that means there's other dogs out there that we can't help.
Makes sense. No, it makes a lot of sense. What are some of the trends you're seeing in the pet surrender adoption space? Like, is there? I know it's a tough question, like trends, but I guess to the best of your knowledge, what are like some of the trends you're seeing that are changing in the pet adoption world, if there is such?
So I think one of the things that I've been a part of that I'm encouraging other people in rescue to be a part of is when somebody is trying to rehome a dog,
Yeah.
make sure that they know how to rehome that dog. You have to vet the people just like we
Yeah.
do. You have to ask for Cinnamon. You're falling off my lap. You have to make sure they have a vet. You have to make sure that where
Yeah.
their landlord allows them to have
Right.
that. Part of the reason we're begging for a foster for that mama dog and 4 puppies is because the people got ticketed from animal control for having too many dogs, and it was an emergency for them to get rid of everybody.
Yeah.
So just.
You got to be responsible pet owners too.
You
There's
have to
there's
be
a
res-
responsibility behind that.
And rescues need to be responsible and
True.
make sure that they're vetting their people
Yeah.
and putting dogs out into the community that are safe. If a dog has a bite history, I don't believe that it should be rehomed.
I agree.
It's not a very popular opinion, but
Well, it's
there's
true.
so many nice dogs
And-
being
and-
put to sleep because
Yeah.
there just are not enough homes
Yeah.
that don't put a dog out there that could possibly injure or kill another animal or a
Well,
person.
and some dogs do okay around kids, and other
Correct.
dogs, some don't.
No, right.
And it's important that people realize that, and I think that's one of the big value adds you guys have, is to come in and go, I know you love the dog, but
This isn't the
concern,
fit."
here's my concern.
Yep.
Right.
And in the end, they don't see it, but I'm sure, it's a huge value add you guys bring to that. So that's definitely one. No offense to again the breeders and the PetSmarts of the world. They want to sell you a dog,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
They want you to go home with the dog, and once you are done with,
That's
it's like,
it.
goodbye.
Bye-bye.
You guys not only give the consultative approach, but you follow up, and in the contract you say, if it doesn't work out, we want the dog
Yeah.
back.
We
That's
need
huge.
the dog back.
That's
right.
huge. That
Yeah.
shows you really care. That's huge.
It's a responsible way to rescue it's a responsible way to breed as far as I'm concerned. If you want to breed golden retrievers, that's great. But if a puppy or an adult dog ever needs to come back to you, you should be able to take it back.
Sure. No, I think that's great. Anytime you want to roam around the nature center, Mary knows
Yeah,
somebody.
we've got lots of space there. So I imagine you do a lot of training with the food and diet for the.
So the dogs that are in our homes, we don't teach, sit, shake, any of that stuff. We teach them how to be a dog that somebody wants to live in their home.
Yeah.
Not to jump on the counters, not to get in the trash, not to barge through doorways, and
jump
then
on people.
don't jump on people exactly. So things that make them more adoptable, and then. As far as diets, it just depends on the dogs. I think I counted the other day, and right now we're feeding 6 different kinds of food
Wow.
because everybody needs a little something different.
Yeah, a little different, right? Well, like anything else, nutrition's important too to these dogs,
Yes.
And I see, it's obviously they're well taken care of. Peaches might need some water here soon, but
Too hot.
Well, she has her own personal fan at home.
oh, it's like that.
Yes,
I see.
yes.
So maybe she doesn't want to be rehomed over there, huh?
So she's pretty happy there, but she'd love to get her own family too.
It's got to be kind of tough when you got to give them up, though, right? 'Cause
Do you
bond
get
with them,
attached
or-
a little bit? You try not to.
So some dogs make a bigger impression than others.
Yeah.
But if we kept them all, we couldn't rescue anymore.
There you go. Yep.
That's true,
And,
yeah.
And a good majority of our adopters, we have a private Facebook group, and they update and post pictures and
that's
stories
great.
and stuff, so we can kind of keep track of our dogs.
Right.
But yes, some dogs are much harder than others. We have, I think we're up to over 120 adoptions since we've been official for 2.5 years,
Fantastic.
which is pretty good because literally
real
the whole
good.
rescue is just us two.
Yeah.
We have several volunteers who help with adoption events and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, but I totally forgot where I was going with that.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
How do people get a hold of you? How do you advertise?
So we have a Facebook page,
Okay.
Angel Paws Pet Rescue, and it has this logo.
Gotcha.
We do have a website, www.angelpawspet.com.
Maybe like a donation page or.
On our website, there is a link directly to our, I think it's our Cash App or our Venmo.
Okay.
A lot of people, there's also a contact us button on the website, so that'll send an email directly to us.
Nice.
Fantastic.
But we do most of our stuff on Facebook.
Facebook, social media. We
Yeah.
hear that a lot, with all types of businesses that we interview here. So where do you see, guys, Angel Paws in 5 years? Where would you like the perfect vision of, wow, this is where we went and here we are now, and what does that look like?
So ideally, I would love it if we could get like corporate sponsors
Yeah.
or even small businesses that would sponsor.
Sure.
Or, people that would do like a monthly donation.
Sure.
As it is, we're very, very lucky. We are hooked up with a pet store that gives us a ton of food donations.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So we rarely have to buy food because we get so many different
Yeah.
varieties.
Yeah. This one's a
Our,
big eater.
our supporters are very generous when we post for things that we need. When we get money donated, we prefer to use that for vet care.
Yeah.
Because God forbid somebody has an emergency and, we need to have several $1,000s in the bank. But
Sure.
ideally, I'd love to be big enough that I'd love to have 30 fosters so that we could just rescue more animals.
We
Is
love
it
what
hard
you
to
do.
sleep with this guy? Making all that noise?
No, once she gets under her personal fan in the AC,
She's
she's
good to
pretty
go,
quiet.
huh?
Yeah, she's pretty quiet.
I know. It's
Well, Beth and Jen, you are literally the Mother Teresa's for our four-legged friends here. Love the story. Love what you guys are doing. Would be happy to donate myself. So we'll look at it. I know Alicia loves your program, and she's one of my faves. She cleans up my mess at work every day.
Nice.
So
Everybody needs an Alicia.
yeah, absolutely. Everyone does need an Alicia. But no, we appreciate everything you do, and we love the story, and we love your approach to clearly you can see a a love for these animals, and we thank you for coming on today.
Thank you very much for having us, giving
Yeah.
us some extra exposure.
Oh, absolutely. Well, we'll get
She
you
does
we'll
the
get you some exposure for sure. We can do that. So,
Awesome. And I
thanks so
think-
much, and we'll see you next time, guys. Tomorrow, Built Local Blitz. We're going to a random business, $25 gift card. We're going to support that local business, and if you like, follow, and share, you could win. So, stay tuned, and everyone have a good night. Thanks. Bye bye.
What were you gonna say?
That's it.